YouTube. Remember when we did YouTube intros back in the day, Ham?
Yeah, those are the good days.
We're doing them again. We're back.
Oh, hey, YouTube.
This is just for YouTube. A little sneak peek that only the YouTube audience gets. They get Anthony's first words. You heard it here. He chuckled. Oh, there he goes. All right. Boom, we're streaming. Oh.
Sorry, we just started.
Yeah, I had some technical difficulties, so I didn't actually get anything running until just now. Boom, we're here. What up, Twitch? What up, everyone here? Sarah, Andrew, Hamilton.
Yeah.
The crew. This is Between the Strokes for anyone watching on Twitch or on YouTube. We're going to talk about some art. We're going to talk about whatever else we want to talk about. You know, it's a chill thing. Just a bunch of people hanging out.
The new Game of Thrones.
Yeah, we can talk about Game of Thrones.
So we can talk about it.
Can drop spoilers for that.
No.
So that everyone who's waiting to not watch it just gets the whole plot ruined. That's the kind of stuff.
But I watched it on Friday. You want me to ruin it for you?
You bastard, do not say anything.
It's a good episode.
That's okay.
That's too much info.
We can go into how Andrew's just a perfect example of what not to do in a lot of situations. Like watching Game of Thrones pirated a week before everyone else and then telling people about it.
I don't want the hackers' work to be for nothing, you know?
Yeah, you're like, I mean, I don't want them to just, you know.
Yeah.
They need to have a purpose. If no one's watching it, what's the point of them stealing it?
Yeah.
That's like saying, you know, I gotta drive a truck because if I'm not polluting the earth, what's the point of global warming?
I know.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. We should all start driving 18-wheelers to work.
That diesel.
All right, but anyways, today was on the schedule for me to do some progress critique stuff.
Let's see what you got.
For Bizarre and Surreal. I don't have a lot because I was working on other stuff. But
what were you working on?
What was I working on? I started writing a comic book.
Ooh.
Because that was something I wanted to do. I have 2 pages written out, and they're a very rough draft, so they're going to go through a lot of revisions. But I started that. And also just other work stuff. And started learning Blender. Trying to learn that. Trying to learn 3D modeling because I feel like that's a good.
Very tasty.
What? What'd you say?
Your donuts look very tasty.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did some 3D donuts. Modeled some donuts as practice.
Those looked real to me. I don't believe that there.
No.
It's true. I can show you guys right now on the stream.
Can you pull that up?
Yeah.
I think you're full of shit. I think that's a real photograph of some donuts. You're like, yeah, I did this in Blender.
I'll pull it up. Let's see. Share screen. All right, well, here's my... This hasn't changed much from last week, the spooky guys. Mm-hmm. Hasn't changed really at all. I just, added a few things at 30 minutes before. Right now.
You add a vent? Or is that
Yeah, I added the vent, a little grate, do some cool lighting.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's really rough. I'm just trying to, roughly place stuff and figure out proportions. And the scaling is kind of weird, and the perspective's off and fucked up, so I got some more sketching to do on that before I nail down a composition and anything like that. But
it's starting to look like a scene from Doctor Who. I'm digging it.
Doctor Who, yeah. And I can pull up the Blender stuff because actually, speaking of Blender, I don't want to talk about myself too much, but I did have, but I will, you know. But I had the idea to do a kind of Blender, scene, lay out my composition in Blender and then kind of render out some stuff with lighting and basic lighting and then paint on top of that so that I have a 3D background that I can use to lock in my perspective. So make it kind of like a mix between a 3D and a 2D piece because I'm interested in 3D and all that whole thing. So I think it'll be something to, you know, if I decide to do that, hopefully it'll help me learn more about 3D, which I'm trying to do right now. So.
That's cool.
Let me see. What
made you choose that over Maya?
Maya costs money, and as much as...
Do you have Maya?
Yeah, I do. So I have Andrew's version of Maya, because Andrew hooked me up with a not a pirated version. He has the student license, and he gave me one of his keys, so I'm using that. And Maya's great and everything, but the more I thought about it, it's Blender just like it's really not that bad. You know, everyone shits on it. It's like, oh, Maya's the best, but like it does all the same stuff that Maya does, and I don't know. I just felt like I should use something that is like really easy for everyone else to get, so that if I ever get to a point where like I want to show somebody how to do something, it's like, oh, you just download Blender. It's free. It takes like 20 seconds to download. Like, it's really not resource intensive on your computer. Like it's already open, and I'm already cubing around. Like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like Blender's a lot more accessible and easy to use than Maya. Maya's like crazy technical, which so is Blender, but I don't know.
No, I mean there's a difference. I agree with that.
Let me open my donut scene. Can you see my cube, Hamilton? I'm about to blow your mind with this donut.
Uh-oh.
There it is, the donuts. There they are.
That looks like shit.
Yeah, because it's not rendered.
That doesn't look. Well, fuck. What the fuck?
There it is. And
Yeah,
then,
I believe you did that, but that doesn't look like what the picture does. I think you're still.
all right,
full of
ready?
shit.
Check it out.
Oh yeah.
Turn on perspective. Oh, look at that perspective. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That still looks like shit.
Yeah, well, that's because it's
That's
it's
crazy.
rendering in real time, so it's gonna look like shit until I render it out. But
Well, just show me the JPEG that you used. That's crazy.
there it is, and you can zoom around. It has to update. That's why it's getting all that noise, because it's rendering like real time.
Yeah, a lot of noise. I'm seeing a lot of noise.
But yeah, I mean, you can like zoom in on your sprinkles there, and they are.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Made me hungry.
I love it. You can do a lot of interesting stuff. And like I could change the color of the mug real quick if I wanted to. You know, let's change it to like a blue mug. Oh yeah, I'm using the same material for the plate too, so that's a blue plate.
I like it.
But yeah,
Super neat.
Blender's cool.
Congratulations, you made it.
You made it. Actually, here's the thing. I didn't know how to do any of this stuff 2 days ago. So if you guys
Watching
want,
this torts.
if you guys want me to drop that hot link to the tutorial, there's a really good. It's like a 9-part series tutorial that goes through. It's this exact thing. It's like literally, I'm not creative at all. The donut is like there's even 2 donuts like leaned up against each other in the tutorial. I just copied. The only thing that's different is my coffee mug is a little bit different than the tutorial.
Why is your coffee
Learning,
mug different?
man.
Because it was just like a basic modeling tutorial. I was like, I'm going to show you how to model the coffee mug now. And then he's like, you can, you know, and I did, you guys have probably seen like modelers, they use like an image to base it off of, like in the whatever modeling software. So it's like the backdrop and they're just like clicking the points around that. I just wanted to make mine different. Like I can still change it if I go out of this rendering mode because it's like really slow when you do that. But let's see, like, I mean, I can select my mug, go into edit mode, and I can start like, you know, dragging shit around. See, let's grab
Well, I'm really
like
impressed.
this. Oh shit! Now I'm making a crazy mug. Look at that.
Oh,
Now it's got a crazy wing thing, but then you can still render it just like that. Look at that.
Magic.
So yeah, it's really cool. And
Beautiful.
my mug actually is super basic. I didn't like smooth, like all this stuff is modifiers, which is cool. So like the mug actually looks like this. Really basic blocky mug. Bloop, bloop. You know, it's just like polygons. But you can put like a smooth modifier on it so that boop, it's all smooth.
So you're using tricks.
Using tricks, yeah. Basically, the tutorial is a lot of tricks. And these sprinkles, you know how I didn't like hand place these at all. It's a particle system. So
cool.
if I go to my frosting here, and then let's see, go to the particles. You know, I can change the number of sprinkles on the donut. So I could do like, you know, 10 sprinkles. There they are. There's only 10, and they get randomly placed. So I could do like, you know, let's do like 200 sprinkles. Boom, that easy. And then I
That's
can
pretty
do.
cool. I can see a lot of good uses for
You
that.
can change the size of the sprinkles.
Oh,
Whoa!
that's so gross.
You can do really tiny sprinkles.
Titties.
Random size is the it's like the variance between different. Like if I wanted all my sprinkles to be the same size, I just set it to 0. And then there's other stuff too, but yeah,
Magic.
yeah, it's really cool. Also, notice how there's no sprinkles on the sides. Because normally when you do random, like on this plate, like when I randomly put this, when I put a particle system on the plate, and that's why there's sprinkles on the plate. But when I first started, it was putting the sprinkles like on the bottom of the plate too, like just all over it, sticking everywhere. So you can do like a weight painting, which is if you go to weight paint, I painted that on. But if I paint like, and there's blue means none, and then red means like it's hot. So I put the sprinkles there basically. So if I put some weight paint there, see a sprinkle appeared. Oh, disappeared. Yep, there's one. So it shows you where the sprinkles are allowed to be. So if it's blue, they're not allowed to be there. Anyways, don't want to go too into it, but the tutorial is really good. I recommend it. And Blender's free, so yeah.
Bada boom.
I am a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard.
Well, I'm glad you decided to branch out and start learning some stuff.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about using some of this Blender stuff for the piece, for the show, because I think like I could do some cool stuff with like emissive lights and build a little scene with buildings and light it up with that. Learn more, look at more tutorials, try to figure it out, and how to build like the basic foundation of a cool illustration with.
But you're still going to do your illustration.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna go back in and like paint on top of it to get that kind of painterly look, but still like a cool lighting, a really customizable lighting setup, I guess.
It's cool that it does the lighting, and I think that'll help out a lot too.
Yeah, and the lights are just like these are my lights in the world. So like if I wanted the donuts to be lit from a different angle, so you can see like if I go into render mode again, let me do 2 windows. So that's, let me just go, actually I need to zoom in. Donuts, and then I'll do this one, let's see. And I'll go and grab my light. And you can just like move him, like, let's move him up and rotate him down.
My God, it's like you're cheating.
Boom. Look, now I have a different lighting setup. Let's move them way over so it actually looks different because it doesn't look too different there.
Huh.
If I did like another light directly on top, that's like, it's like a top-down donut light setup. Look at that. It looks all Pixar-y.
This stuff is blowing my mind.
Dude, it's
Controlling
fun.
light,
It's fun, man.
shadowing.
Get in there. The tutorial, like honestly, I like have been fucking around a little bit with Blender forever and like never actually learned anything. And then I was kind of like stumbling around online, just kind of trying to like look up some basic tutorials. Then I found this the donut tutorial. It was like it's like Blender for beginners tutorial. I'll go ahead and I'll post it after the stream. I'll post the link in the page. It's
Please
by
do.
this guy. He's just, I think he doesn't work for Blender, but he has like his own website that they sell. Like, I've heard of the websites. Andrew, have you heard of like what's it called? Polygon. It's where you can download textures and stuff.
Yeah, Polygon. Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Substance Designer texture page where you can just download any texture. It's like that, but you just get like the height map, the bump map, and all that stuff. The normal map.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm on it. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so he owns like a couple sites like that, but he's also just really good at Blender, and the tutorials are good. He's not impossible to listen to. He explains everything really well. I kind of want to make this coffee cup float.
Because why not?
Guess what?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, if you're a wizard, you can do whatever you
I
want.
just hit it. It's invisible now. Wanted to hide the coffee. Let's move it. Wait.
I'll
I'll put it over the. There you go.
Is this real life?
Is this real? What's happening? Super fun.
So dope. So you can create animations with this too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, it's Blenders can do like anything. You can make entire games in Blender if you wanted to.
Sweet.
But
wonder what your sort of illustration style would look like in here, Anthony. You know, like super illustrated, old
I was
school.
just like, what if I drew a little weird character? Like, what would that look like in 3D realm?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's why I'm doing these tutorials,
That-
because I eventually want to start modeling stuff and being able to make whatever I want. And there's a lot to learn before you can just do that. So
Is there?
it's a
You
lot.
can't just go in.
I've tried to just go in and be like, I'm just gonna like model a character. It's like, oh wait, I don't know anything.
Modeling a character is like the hardest thing you can do. I feel like.
Yeah. You gotta work your way up. Start with a donut.
Start with the sprinkles. Get your sprinkles right.
Yeah.
Make it sprinkle, baby.
All right. Well, anyways, before I just keep wasting time, does anybody have any work they want to show? Any updates on the Bizarre and Surreal stuff? It's cool if you don't. I mean, I didn't really, so I mean, no worries. Anybody? Anybody? Ham?
I worked on it
Yeah,
a little bit.
I don't.
Anthony, you worked on a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I did some stuff, but nothing too drastic yet. But
All right. No
I'd be
worries.
happy to share.
Yeah, man. Do you want to screen share, or do you want me to pull it up?
How do you do? Oop, oh wait, I see it.
Uh,
Share my entire screen. Whoa. Okay. There we go. You guys see it?
oh yeah. There he is. I like the tomato nose. That's a new update.
Oh, and the
Yeah.
sugar cubes too.
Yeah, sugar cubes.
Oh yeah, sugar cubes.
The
was,
sugar
like,
cubes are very very.
late entry.
No, it's just like the coffee and the little foam on the edge. Like it's so like polished. Did you spend a lot of time on those?
Yeah, I spent a few hours on that, and funny thing is, it's I'm just like, to me, like, this is still like a sketch, so I'm like, you know, I might as well just make this the final thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to kind of, because I looked up pictures, like reference photos of coffee and like sugar cubes and stuff like that, and it was just very brief, and I tried to incorporate those details because I want it to be a bit realistic, but sort of that in between, like it's semi-realistic, it's a little bit hyper, you know,
Hyper.
whatever. Yeah, it's just a little hyper, you know.
All right. I
That
like
was
it.
all the
I was
coffee.
actually thinking, I saw these sugar cubes that were shaped like skulls, and I was thinking
Ooh.
of maybe like putting like a face on one of those. Like it just
Hmm.
looks like a skull. It's melting the cube, you know. You see like a ghastly face or something there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the only thing that's throwing me off, I think you should try the sugar cube idea, but they just look beautiful as they are now.
Yeah, like I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah. I'll let you go first. Sam.
I was just say
Right.
the tomato nose is throwing me off because it's like you got all these breakfast foods with the eggs and the banana and the little orange and the coffee. I don't generally eat tomatoes for breakfast, so that's the only thing. I like the idea. It works as a nose. But
Yeah,
maybe some sort of
I-
breakfasty dish.
I was thinking about that, and yeah, like I had a bit of a hard time like figuring out what I want to use as a nose besides like, you know, a real nose, because
Right.
I thought of a tomato. I don't know, it just seemed funny to me, but I also thought like tomato is something like you can cut up, and I don't know, in my family when we prepare breakfast, like if they want to make eggs, my family, they're from Central America, so sometimes when they cook eggs, they'll put like tomatoes and
Yeah.
green peppers and onions
Mhm.
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know, they want that.
Yes.
They just love adding that to their eggs, so they go all out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
what
see, there-
Hamilton's talking about. Tomatoes are definitely breakfast food. Love tomatoes for breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, you can even put that. Like, don't they put that on like, I don't know,
Like a breakfast
tomato I eat
sandwich.
for
like
Bloody
brasada
Marys
stuff?
are the only
I don't know.
tomatoes I get. for breakfast.
No, I get like I do. I'll make like a tofu scramble, and then I'll chop up some tomato into like kind of like a salsa and throw that on top.
Well, I guess I'm
onions.
the only one that doesn't eat tomatoes for breakfast.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. No. Honestly, I don't really eat like traditional breakfast a lot. A lot of times I skip out on that, but
I've been trying to eat more breakfast recently
It's good.
to make up for like the past like I guess like 20 years of not eating.
Last forever.
I don't know if you'll be able to make up for that.
No, he's got
Another
it. He's
20
got
years.
some time.
Yeah.
He's got some time.
Pay your debts.
In another 20 years, maybe I'll be. So
Yeah. I was gonna ask you something, Anthony. Do you like? Is it something that you notice yourself doing when you make work? Because I mean, I know that I sometimes do this, and I just notice it because of like the amount of render and detail on those like sugar cubes and the foam on the corner. But then like the coffee cup is like, you know, it looks like you just kind of painted it in really quickly. Like, do you find yourself like polishing and like adding a ton, hyper rendering one small part of a piece before like, you know, do you treat everything kind of like separately? Like, I'm gonna work in the ice cubes right now.
I have a bad habit of that, so
Yeah.
I'm a one at a time kind of guy. Just like I'm focusing on this cube.
Yeah, you
and
just
then
get
this
like tunnel
next one.
vision. You're like, this cube
Yeah.
will be perfect, and then once that's done, I'll move on to the banana. You know, that kind of thing.
It's sort of both. Like I kind of focus on one subject and then I move on to the next one. But yeah, it was just a bad habit. But I don't know. I was just obsessed of like making this.
Yeah, no, I
like,
mean,
the
it's
perfect
not,
sugar
yeah, I
cube.
would
In my
say,
mind, the perfect sugar cube. But
yeah,
because
I would say
I
it's a
just love
bad
that
habit.
idea.
It's just like a different way of working. Some people like, yeah, they'll like start with the face of a character and they'll spend like, you know, hours and hours just to get the face to look right, and then like, oh, okay, the face is done now. Maybe I'll draw the rest of the character now. You know, that's how some people like to work. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely noticed myself doing that before, and I don't know if it's like a problem, but sometimes I'll try to like treat everything kind of and build it up slowly at the same time. But that's like, I mean, what does that even mean? Like, you have to always be working on one thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can, unless you have like 20 hands, you can't build everything up at the same time. So, I mean, one thing that I've done to help myself is just because I heard somebody say this, and now it's like ingrained in my mind, and I always do this even if it's not the right thing. But somebody said like, whatever the worst part of your painting is, like, work on that. And then once you get that to a point where that's not the worst part anymore, and there's another thing that's worse than that, then stop working on that and go to that thing. So you're always improving the worst part of your drawing until everything's passable, you know, until it's like the minimum level of like done. You're like, oh, nothing sucks anymore. It's like, okay. And then if you keep doing that, you're constantly polishing it so that, you know, because once you improve something, you know, once you get down to the level of detail that you have on your sugar cubes, all of a sudden the banana looks like crazy unrendered compared to the sugar cube. So you got to go back to that banana. So the more you improve other parts of your painting, the more you have to go back and keep doing it. So it can be kind of an endless spiral you get stuck in, but it's a good way to like, you know, just constantly like progress through a painting and stuff.
Yeah.
Great advice.
But
I mean,
with that in mind, I would say like
still
the tree, like the bottom of the tree is like the least rendered part, I'd say. So maybe.
Oh yeah, no,
That's the
that
next
was
step.
terrible. Like I when I was saving it, like right when I was like done with the sugar cubes, I like looked in that corner. I was like, what the heck is that? I don't even remember leaving it that bad. I was like, wow, I'm gonna work on that next. But then I see the banana, and then I'm like, shoot.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Another thing was like eating these
Yeah, those guys like crazy amounts of detail.
creatures.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I tried adding more detail there, so you can kind of understand like what I'm going for there. You know.
Yeah,
That's so great.
Those are gnarly.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. So that's just how I work, man. Like you said, just one at a time, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Worst thing, move on to the next. You know. So I know Ham. I know you aren't fond of the tomato nose.
No. I said I like the tomato nose, just conceptually.
Oh, you like it?
I mean, I like it as a nose. I
the
just
whole
don't
breakfast thing.
the foods there. But as for what else to do,
Yeah, I just didn't want to make it like an apple, like you know, like I.
what about
you know,
bacon?
I
What
have
about some
orange.
bacon?
I mean,
A bacon mustache.
bacon mustache. I still have forgotten that. I'll definitely try to do something with that. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't want you to like go too overboard with it, you know, and all of a sudden
No,
we got like
I do. I want
eggplant
you to go
ears and like cauliflower hair, broccoli afro. You know, I don't want it to go that level, but
Broccoli afro. Whoa,
Broccoli
that's,
afro.
let's all calm down. That's a good idea. I
That-
like it.
Yeah, I can see it in my mind now. Oh my gosh.
little hills of broccoli in the back.
Please.
I mean,
Yeah, it needs more. It needs
but
more green.
if you just did like, okay, so I'm not even like this whole painting aside, but like I'm just imagining like a rendering of a man, but he's just a vegetable man, like that famous painting of the vegetable man that we talked about last time, but
And
just
yeah.
like twice as spooky, twice as the amount of vegetables, just like everything's gross and like rotting away. Ugh.
Ah.
That would be some
Rotting?
bizarre and surreal shit right there. So if anyone doesn't have anything to work on, I need to render that puppy up. I don't see that.
Make a dying vegetable, man. I like
Ugh.
it.
Oh, no, that's gross.
I'm just imagining like the rot that like an apple gets if you leave it outside.
That stuff is gorgeous, though. Brittany Little, I mentioned her again, but she
Who's
did
Brittany
a.
Little? I don't know this
She's a
person.
photographer from UNC Charlotte,
Ah.
and she did a project where she was photographing the mold on food. She would let food get moldy, and she was doing these great photographs of it. And she would light it just beautifully, you know, on like this sort of white background, and it was gorgeous. But you know, then you're like, oh my god, it's mold.
Yeah.
It's like shit.
Yeah.
So
Well,
make it
Anthony,
moldy.
I think you're chugging along, man. So, I mean, keep at it.
Thanks,
I think
Steve.
we're all interested to see where this is gonna go, where it's
Yeah.
gonna turn up. Because I mean, if the level, the sugar cubes are awesome. The little, what's that called? The reflection that you get in water, where like you see a reverse image. You know, just how you drew that down. That
Yeah.
little like extra.
What is that called?
I don't know. The Fresnel effect.
Ooh, that sounds right.
No, that's not. That's not actually.
No, I like it. I like it.
No, it actually.
We'll call it that.
That actually is what it is. Actually.
See, I don't know if you're fucking with me or not. I
No,
don't
because
know
during
what to
these
believe.
tutorials, I learned a lot of new like terminology too, and that was part of the. So like you see my coffee mug here. So see the white highlight on the very top of that handle on my screen.
Mhm.
That the reason why it's white and reflective like that is because it's facing the light source, but then the part of the mug that's facing directly my line of sight, my eye, wherever my eye is, I don't get that reflective because that's the Fresnel effect. So as the object moves away from your eye, it gets more reflective basically. So that's what water is doing, 'cause since it's so far away, you know, it's a 100% opaque, so you can't see through the water. You get 100% reflection of whatever's above the water. But as the water gets closer to you, you can look down and see through it, right? You can see the rocks. And that's because
That actually
Fresnel,
that really hurts my head right now.
Fresnel is
My head
zero
is hurting
at
from
that point. Or it's not zero, but something.
I don't know why you want to hurt my head.
It's true, man. And in my material nodes on this mug, I actually have a Fresnel node. Somewhere.
Well, good for you and your fancy 3D program. I'll just use my charcoal sticks and draw some 2D images. That's what I'll do.
Hey, man, I'm not hating on that.
Get my hands dirty, and I'm okay with it. I'm good. Yeah, I was trying to learn a little bit more about After Effects this week,
Nice.
and yeah, it's
There it is.
fun.
Who's the Fresnel? Any fucking who. After Effects, yeah. That is another software that I know almost nothing about and need to brush up on. You knew a lot of cool stuff in After Effects.
Yeah, you can.
A lot of cool stuff. But
I mean, it
yeah,
almost looks like The Simpsons there, dude. I like that.
yeah, the color scheme, how it's just washed
Yeah.
out. Yeah, this is the material mode, so it's just showing like raw outputs for like the colors,
Mhm.
so that you can see what everything is. You can set it to, solid. There it is, grayed out. Bloop bloop.
It's like a weird trophy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Donut trophy.
That'd be cool.
Breakfast, Lord.
Okay, we should give that out for the winner of the art show we're having.
Yeah, whoever wins this show, I'll 3D print you a donut trophy.
Yeah.
And they'll say the best boy.
No, best in show, best in show.
Even if you're a
That's
girl.
sexist.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's we live in the 21st century. What does
What?
a boy even mean anymore?
Ooh, that's a good
This was
point.
a contest.
It's just a
It is
construct
now.
of our minds. It's not really anything if you think about it.
It's a contest now for Connor's trophy.
So
You
far,
didn't have
I would say
motivation
Anthony's
before.
winning because he's worked on his piece the most. Sarah, are you gonna do a piece? What do we have to do to make you do a piece?
Nope.
How much do I have to bribe you?
I don't have
Sarah.
any ideas.
Ideas? What are you talking about? You're full of ideas.
Yeah,
Constantly
I'm
posting
not.
stuff on Instagram of Uncharted characters. Why don't you just do like a scary scene from Uncharted?
Ooh.
There's a lot of spookiness in that game, like
Mm.
ancient tombs. Why don't you do like a Uncharted environment, like your own Uncharted dungeon?
Sounds like a pain in the butt.
Ooh.
It's kind of like,
What?
spooky. Maybe there's some like ancient artifacts that are haunted by the previous owner. I'm already getting excited about it. If you don't do it, I'm gonna do it.
So you do it. I was
So,
like, yeah.
I'm just
I
kidding.
mean,
I'm
you're gonna draw it anyway. You might as well draw it for the show.
Boom. There it is.
No,
You didn't even know
what am
what.
What?
What if you did like Nathan Drake dressed as Indiana Jones? I mean, that'd be surreal, right?
That just makes me angry.
You like Indiana
Get,
Jones, right? Sam?
use that anger for your art.
No, I can't use anger for art. I just get tired.
Oh, really?
Use the anger. Feel the power.
I watched that movie Big Eyes in class
Is the movie
No, I
called
haven't-
Big
I
Eyes?
in seminar, and I hated it so much.
Why?
Because it's about this woman taking advantage of. It makes me angry.
Well, did she get her comeuppance at the end?
Yeah, but it took a while. There's a few days in between finishing it, so I was just like on the fence. Like, what's gonna happen? This is so annoying.
Oh, I hate when they do that. Why would they do that to you?
John thought it would be a good movie. I don't know. It was exhausting.
That was a John class?
Yep.
Oh, John. I never got to take one of his classes.
Neither did I. Oh, that was me.
Oh,
Sounds like someone just fell down a snowy mountain.
Is everybody okay?
Anthony! He got sucked into a
My energy.
tropic storm. No, he's back.
Whoa. That before and after?
What before and after?
Wait, which one's the new one? Is that the new one right
Is
there?
it, yeah.
Mysterious
We got some-
Mannequin.
Well,
Got some greats.
yeah, I guess this is the new one. Try to think. Hold on. Because I gotta redo the whole perspective.
No, I don't like that. I like that. Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna change this, all this. All this, it has to go.
What are you doing, man?
All of
What
it
are you
has to
doing?
go. It must go.
No, I like that.
Brother,
The perspective.
dude,
why are you
Work.
doing
The
this?
I don't
perspective's
like
not
to do
right.
this. I don't know why he does it. He hates all of us.
No, it's still there. Look, see? It's still
Yeah, I
there.
know. You're messing with us, man. Stop it. Stop scaring us.
We're on the edge of our seats over here, Connor.
I just know that the perspective's not right, and I gotta fix it.
gotta
It's
fix
surreal.
it.
It's not supposed to be right. You know?
It is.
Come on.
Well, if I'm gonna model it all in
Please fix it.
Blender, I'm not gonna model it all. If I'm gonna model some of it in Blender, it's gonna be right.
If you're honest.
You should do that stuff in After Effects where you split it into different layers and it gives it like that 3D effect. That'd be fun.
Ooh, that'd be fucking dope. I'll definitely do that.
Yeah. All you gotta do is just fucking cut out the layers. From
Yeah,
it,
and then like
essentially.
pan them a little bit,
Mhm,
and add
yep,
some
pan
like
'em.
add some little,
Ah.
you know what I'm talking about, like those little
Ah.
some like particle effects of like little flamey embers, like
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Then that gives you
Fire.
that 3D. Oh
so
shit!
3D.
Some depth from the 3D. Actually, I should probably do that for this
Genetic.
animation I'm working on. That's a good call. I forgot about the little ember thing. You get dust, make the dust come at
Yeah,
you.
I mean that's just something you do if it's like anything. For,
Anything.
for white males in their 20s. It's like,
Yeah.
look at this badass game, with flaming embers everywhere. Oh shit, I'm gonna play that. You know.
And then for males in their 30s, they use dust.
Yeah, dust is a
Dust,
little bit more
dust and
classic.
scratches.
But like straight up flames, you get less flame as you grow. So like 10-year-olds, we're just throwing flames everywhere, like fucking
Everywhere.
flames shooting out of like the walls, flames. As soon as you get a little older, you're applying for like we gotta get the 17 to 18-year-olds. You want to do like little embers, like little sparks, because you know
Coals.
they're over flames at that point. Flames are old hash at that point. And then we go dust. Dust is still
Hard,
in.
hard dust.
Hard dust for your 30s. You want that kind of like film noir, kind of like brambleweed, dusty kind of vibe. You know, little Blade Runner-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Papers flying around. And then when you're like 80, back to flames.
That's true.
People love flames when they're...
Did I tell you that I just watched Blade Runner again for like the second time? Probably?
Second time?
Yeah.
You mean second time this week, right?
Yeah. That movie is fucking great.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
But it's not a lot of action, and the trailers for the new one looks very actiony. So that kind of has me worried.
I mean, yeah.
Can't trust the trailer, dude.
You know, they make it look like action. I'm like, the movie's
By the
like
way, has
very.
anyone seen Dark Tower yet?
Trailers are not.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's out.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I heard it's terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it looked bad, so I'm not surprised.
Oh no.
I kind of saw like when I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, the books weren't good, so I don't know why the movie wouldn't be good. Doesn't make any sense.
The books weren't good? I'm reading the book right now. It's pretty good.
Fucking awful. They were written by like a fucking 13-year-old.
Stephen King was not 13 when he wrote
Yeah,
this
he was when he fucking started writing them.
Wait, really?
Then he comes back to him when he was like older, and he's like, "Oh, this is great. I wrote this when I was 13. I'm gonna make it better now." And it's still shit.
I mean,
I don't like him. I know
technically-
people fucking just jerk off to him. Not for me.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. There's not a lot of erotic material in those books.
Are you kidding me, dude?
There's
When he goes
a
through the
fully
town and shoots
descriptive
everyone?
scene
Oh, my
of
God.
a little boy getting exploded by a car tire, though.
Yeah, he loves those sort of weird young boy shirtless tied up scenes.
It wasn't shirtless. It was just him dying.
Well, he writes a lot of weird stuff about young boys.
Oh,
in
you like
weird
Stephen
position.
King, man. Where's this coming from?
I do. I love Stephen King. I just don't like the Dark Tower series. And I don't like how he writes weird scenes with boys being tied up.
When is there a
Sweating.
scene with the boy tied up and sweating?
There's one in Salem's Lot. There's one in It. There's one in The Shining. There's one.
Oh, damn, I don't know about this.
Yeah, it's like a theme of his.
Somebody needs to
If you can
call
call
child
that.
services. We need to lock Stephen King up before he
Get
writes
outta
about
here.
any more sweating boys. Save those fictional boys.
Get your boys out of here, Stephen King.
That'd be great if we just lived in a world where we couldn't tell the difference between someone's written fiction and what they actually did. Like,
Yeah, so-
Stephen King, you tied up those sweaty boys. Wait, that was in my book. Burn him!
Well, that's what happened in that meme that was going around online of Steven Spielberg standing next to that Triceratops
Yeah.
from Jurassic Park, and everyone thought it was a real photo. They thought he had killed a Triceratops,
That's fucking
and people are like freaking out online. They're like, "What the hell? Why are you killing a beautiful creature?" And da da da.
The
da.
artist thought it was like a rhino or something.
No, man, they're
People
just
are dumb.
idiots. People are idiots.
That's what
This
I'm
is the
saying.
world. This is the world we live in, where people think dinosaurs still roam the earth.
It's okay.
Greatest troll ever.
My high school PE, my gym teacher in high school, which was like IB gym, so it was like we would not even go to the gym. We had tests and stuff.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus,
it
that
was
sounds awful.
Stupid, but she thought that humans and
Wow.
dinosaurs lived on the Earth at the same time.
Yeah, no, they're actually
taught us that.
stones. It's a theory.
Yeah, but she didn't know
Um,
about the theory. Trust me. She
Oh.
just thought it was like a known fact that like cavemen and dinosaurs like fought.
No, I mean, but there have been drawings on these rocks that show people actually riding large lizard-like creatures.
People don't have imagination back then either.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to draw fan fiction back then.
I mean, it looks like a fucking brontosaurus. Like, so, I mean, it's like someone coming up with a brontosaurus now and being, oh yeah.
Well, yeah,
totally
but
real."
okay, but a drawing is one thing. But haven't we proven that dinosaurs went extinct before humans were around?
Well, I mean,
At
we
least
haven't found all
before
the fucking
human
bones.
sapiens were around.
We haven't found all the bones.
I mean, maybe some Neanderthal out there, early version, like saw the meteors come and it killed him too. But I don't fucking know. Wouldn't the Jurassic extinction event also kill any human-like creatures?
Well, yeah, that's what the other theory is, that human civilization predated what we think now, and we're actually more advanced before we came back.
What a theory!
It's fun stuff.
It's a good time.
It's called the crazy theory.
Like, this theory is crazy. What should we call it? The crazy theory.
The crazy theory.
Done. We'll try the book. Make $1 million. This theory is so crazy. It got me
We should
ripped
cut the
in 3
crazy
weeks.
theory.
It's great, like a web
Oh,
ad put it
damn.
on Facebook.
We don't skip leg day when you're doing that.
This single mother is hated by all conspiracy theorists. What are those ads? It's like, they hate or what was it? Like doctors hate this single mother because she's found a way around the system.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? You haven't seen those ads?
No. What?
It's like optometrist.
Like dermatologists. hate
Yeah,
him.
yeah, they hate this guy, and it's like some hunk dude with like perfect teeth or something. You haven't seen those ads? That's like the classic ad.
I feel like we live in like two different realities sometimes.
We probably do. I wouldn't.
What if this is the only way we
I
can
haven't
communicate
seen
with
you
each
in the
other?
real world, Hamilton. I don't even know you exist on this dimensional plane.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if this is our only way to communicate across time
Oh my
and
god,
space?
that'd be a good plot for a movie. We should write that where like somebody has a Google Hangout link that lets them talk to somebody from 20 years ago.
Oh my god, yeah! And then they fall in love.
Boring.
Oh.
They fall in love, but then they find out it's actually Hitler.
Oh no.
What?
It just sounds like the space between us, except for the Hitler part.
What?
Is that a movie, Space Between Us?
Yeah, it's like the kid that's on Mars video chats with this girl on Earth, and they fall in love, of course, and he has to go down to Earth and like.
But wait, but is there a time separation?
Is it really real?
And
It's
is
not
Hitler
real.
in
Is that
it?
real?
No, I mean it's a movie. It's not an actual real thing that happened. It's
Movies
a
are real
movie.
Is
things.
Is it really a movie though?
Yeah, it has Asa Butterfield in it.
No, it's not.
It's
We just came up with it. We just came up with it. We're gonna make $1 million.
You said there's a movie about Mars with Mark
I watched the
Hamill.
trailer for it.
Ah,
But hey,
son of a
Connor,
bitch.
side note about your piece.
Don't say it.
Uh oh.
I'm
Here it
just kidding. I'm
comes.
just kidding.
I mean-
Rail into it. I mean, it's all gonna change. You know that, right?
But like, I think it'd be cool
Yes. Yes. Tell me.
if you kind of made your canvas an inch or two bigger
Intro too
and
big.
gave yourself more room, because the dude's top hat is really close to the top.
I agree.
It's a top hat. Hey.
Yeah.
If you had a little more space around it,
Yeah. I did scale it
a
up
little more elbow room.
a second ago.
Mmm.
It's gonna be.
If you need to crop it, but like have all the extra space around it just in case to have more breathing room.
Yeah. Let me
You know what I mean?
Let me try
I like
something.
it.
Let me try something. Boop. Do something like that. And then I'll boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Looking
See,
better
you're always a
already.
bit sizey. Except for the doubles.
Yeah, I do like this.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know the doubles. It could be like architecture, you know. Who knows?
No, it looks horrible.
No, it looks terrible. Yeah, you're right.
Keep working on your perspective. I don't know if you want to actually try to put perspective lines in there.
I don't. I think I am gonna do the Blender thing and just kind of like mock up the basic like rectangular shapes of all these buildings, and then just like render it out, and then use that as a reference.
Because like the top isn't really matching the bottom, and it's a little dizzy.
Oh yeah, where it's yeah, it's like a hard.
You're like eyeballing it. I'm just gonna twitch it.
Yeah, I'm eyeballing it real bad, and it's like it's just like and then it goes. It's like ugh, yeah. I just want to figure out how to like I don't know how to orient the perspective so that I can like draw the whatever people down here. The people down here. Wait, no.
I'm trying to
Delete.
figure out if they're directly under that dude, or if they're farther forward.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it's good, because if like if this guy walking is like if his actual feet are like here, then if the people are here, then their heads need to be like this big.
Yeah.
You know, and then if there's somebody like under his feet here, like all the way back here, he could be this big. Like there could be people back here, but then if they're up close to the camera here, they need to be like this big.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
that's another thing. You can like sketch more of the bodies, like get the gesture down farther. Like if you extend the canvas down,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
for the whole, but just to get the whole thing in it.
Yeah. I don't want to really do like a vertical or
Oh,
vertical
yeah, no,
canvas.
but not like for the final thing, but just to get yourself oriented about where they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I think I may just have to end up doing like, and I totally just drew on top of that, but that's fine.
Yep.
Let me just wipe that out there. There we go.
Control Z.
Yeah. Well,
Control Z.
when I'm
You're
sketching
better
like
than
this, I'd
Control
rather
Z.
just like draw over it than actually Control Z. But no, I'll just do a new layer. But yeah, maybe I just won't draw people this close. Maybe I'll just have the people like back here and like all the way back here, like kind of walking through this like tunnel. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
A lot with it.
Yeah, I gotta figure this out.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
But yes, thank you, Sarah. That is some good advice. There does need to be some good sky area here. I want to do like
They
a.
want that also learn what to do, so it's nice.
Yeah.
Go back to that again. You cheat everything. It's all wrong.
Da-da-da-da.
I have to go walk my dog now, apparently.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll probably be gone by the time you get back, so.
No, it's fine.
Bye,
Yeah, I've got
Sarah.
dinner
Thanks for
time.
hanging out.
Bye-bye.
Can't wait to see your piece, Sarah. Really excited
Yeah,
about it.
we're so pumped.
Bro,
Yeah, sure, that's Bye.
Bye.
It's time for my dinner, so I'm out as well.
All right, Ham. Yeah, before everyone leaves, next week we'll be streaming again. Just hanging out. Might
We'll
plan
have some
something
stuff
cool.
to
Might
show.
plan something fun. If you have stuff to show, I mean, yeah. If you guys want to talk about pieces whenever, that's fine. But we do have the specific dates. Today was one of those dates where we're gonna be here to talk about work if people want to. The next time
Yeah.
we're gonna be doing that is 2 weeks from now. Whoop whoop. So not next Sunday, but the Sunday afterwards. And then after that, there's only gonna be one more critique after that, and then we're gonna call this baby done.
yeah, I'll probably be finished with something next week.
Cool.
Andrew's working on a piece. Ooh.
Yeah, what's that one from earlier I showed you, but I guess I never showed you guys.
Yeah, we didn't see it.
Well, we'll
All right.
see it next time.
Yeah, next time.
All right, later, Ham. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Is it that worm thing that we're talking about? Yeah.
And we'll give it like an environment stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll be dope.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that.
All right, I'm gonna stop the stream. I might still hang out in the Google Hangouts for a bit, but I'm going to stop the stream. So thanks for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, and we'll catch you later. Peace.
All right. Yeah. See you guys.
Later, YouTube.